I hope to God this is the fucking cover of my YouTube video. I don't know how to control that yet. I don't even really care too much, but I'm holding it up for a minute. Yes. I gotta give a shout out to Austin, dude. He made this for me. It says Dyer, you're the king of manifestation. Got a Taurus Libra fucking emblem right here. It's got my favorite emoji. Fucking yin and yang, baby. And he also wrote on the back of this shit. I gotta read it. He said, Dear Dyer, I wanted to show my appreciation over the past couple months. You've helped me in more ways than most people. I appreciate your outstanding point of view on certain topics and even just bringing a smile to my face when I didn't feel like it. I appreciate you from Austin K. I'm sorry I had to put the last initial in. That's how you wrote it. Look at that shit. Going right in the dream journal. That is perfect too. Hold up. This is my girly version dream journal. And this motherfucker like just fits like perfectly in there, like to the degree. Because that's how everything works. When it's just everything works out just great. It just fucking fits in there perfectly. Like it's the top. That's where it's going. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to point that out because, like, I gotta look at it while I'm talking. Because, like, it's fucking amazing. Like, come on, dude. That's so fucking awesome. I'll even also give a shout out to Shauna because I always wear this shit. And just in case I didn't say it, this was a gift from her. Even though she thinks I'm a psychopath, probably. I mean, it's alright. Deal with it. Anyway, if you want to think that way, I'm still rocking it out. I'm not gonna let how you feel affect how I feel. That's a big thing. I'm trying to teach. Anyway, didn't mean to throw that down so harshly. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm not gonna talk too long. I'm fucking tired. I worked all day. It was an amazing day. It was phenomenal. I had to bite my tongue with the boss. And for me, that's hard because, well, when I grew up, I never bit my tongue. I never said anything. Or I did bite my tongue, but I didn't even have a tongue to bite in that sense. Like, I wasn't even on the edge about to say something. I just, like, took the abuse, took the hit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was doing that all day. Just, like, the weakest fuck. Weakest fuck alive. I swear to God, the weakest fuck. Anyway, but I just want to give a shout out because, I mean, come on, dude. Imagine if you got one of these. Like, if you got one of these. If you got something like this. Like, if somebody gave you this fucking, like, bro, you're fucking awesome. I drew this. I spent the time. Come on. That's a manifestation right there. And I'll tell you one thing. Before I went in that day, I was sitting right there outside my McDonald's. There's like a drop-off hill and a huge view for miles. It's a pretty good spot. Of course it is. I picked the job. Anyway. But it says King. It says King right on the thing I sit on. It's like hard to describe, but there's just this one concrete sewer block thing, hard to describe. Point is, on the flat of it, facing towards the open view of everything, Walmart included, it says King. And I seen that before, and I sat there. So that's been floating in my head, or at least I was aware of it, blah, 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 for many weeks. And I was sitting there, feeling amazing, dancing to music. I was just sitting there like, just doing that shit, rocking out the vibes, because your physiology affects your mind and your emotions. So I guarantee you, you walk out in public, if you can get here, and be able to fucking dance with no care at all, beaming out energy. Everybody that looks at you, you're just going to amp it up, amp it up. Anyway, point is, I was doing that. And this says the King. It says the King, and it's got a fucking crown on my name. Oh, shit. The universe ain't gonna give you shit like this if you don't appreciate things now. I didn't get this and then appreciate it. I appreciate it and then I got this. That was the order. That's how that works. Always. If you're sick and you feel like shit, it's because you felt like shit and now you're sick. I don't get sick. I'd have to feel bad to then get sick. I never get sick. It doesn't happen. I have to put out that feeling to me to get into a situation where I feel bad. Like, anyway, I'm tired. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's already 5 minutes, and my phone keeps cutting out. And let me point out something else. I'm getting a new phone tomorrow. Somebody just offered me a new phone, so I don't have to deal with that problem. And I'm getting my fucking Native American food. Ooh, and just I don't know, just a shit ton of things are going my way. It's amazing. It's fucking awesome. I really made this video just for this, because this video is, I just want to watch this again eventually. Because this thing's fucking awesome, dude. Like, this is so fucking cool. And, like, while he was making this, he was focusing on something besides himself. I don't mean an attack on Austin at all. I mean any human being. But just in general, he had to spend time creating something with his hands. That's a very big way. I think, hopefully I put that in my How to Be Happy Now video, which I'll do again eventually, because you just need to keep being reminded, because that's, you got to do things to be happy now. Jump on a trampoline, stop taking medication, stop eating out of microwaves, eat all organic food, take a walk, go out and get some sun, bike, play, draw, listen to music, dance, anything that makes you feel better. I could sit here and probably talk for hours on all the things you can do to make yourself feel better. But the fact that he did this with the intent to hand this to me, we both benefited. I swear to God, I know he benefited from handing this to me. I just know he did. And that's fucking beautiful. And I really appreciate it. It's really cool. I don't think anybody's ever fucking drawn something for me like this before. Not so personally. And it's very personal. It's like fucking totally me, dude. Like, that's my favorite fucking emoji. And like, that's Taurus Libra. And, you know, like the fact that he combined it was like, oh, yin and yang, everything. It's like yin and yang to every goddamn thing. So I love it. And I was sitting there with the word king. Oh my God. It's too much. Yeah, it's too much. I love it. What else should I say? I'm in my own house. I'm not comfortable in my own house talking like this. Anyway. I made my own collard greens. That was a fun experience I just got done doing. I made my own collard greens, vegan style. I didn't know until the other day. I bought a bunch of collard greens in a can, and it wasn't until I got home that I looked at the ingredients like a dumbass, and I was like, oh, this is made with ham and like pork fat and a bunch of shit. And I was like, mad for a minute, right? Because like, oh no, big disaster. Dude, even I go through it. But I'm always monitoring, like, holy shit, like, I'm going through it. Stop. What's my goal? Feel better now. Oh, yeah. I always got to do it, and I do it. Everybody will do it. To the day you die, you're always learning. You never get it. You're always getting it. So I was angry. I was like, I just spent like $8 on like 4 or 5 cans, like $10 or something, on like 4 or 5 cans of this shit I can't even eat. And then my mom, because I changed my feelings, I was like, well, then this just taught me a lesson. Because you can, when you feel better now and try to feel better now and use that as a goal, all of a sudden your thoughts will actually be good thoughts that will help you crest over to feeling better now, because you're thinking better thoughts, which will help make more thoughts of the same kind of vibration. So I was feeling like shit, like, I can't believe I spent all this money or worked all that money, and I fucking just working down the scale of I bought shit that was useless, and I'm a fucking Taurus, and I hate that shit. I got a lot of earth energy, and I just wasted it. And then I was all like, oh, well, what could I learn from this? And I was like, that was me going, what can I learn from this? I'm like, read the fucking label. Because I'm stubborn, so embed that shit so I can remember it. And now it's going to be stuck to always reading the fucking label. I read the fucking label, but I just didn't read that time. And I led to more thoughts, and now I got to cook fresh collard greens myself, and I did it myself, and I was very proud of myself. I didn't have all the ingredients to do everything vegan style, but I made it my own way. It actually was amazing because I made it with love. But I just want to talk about this. This is so fucking cool. I'm telling you, you feel good now. No, you don't get these, right? That's what I'm assuming. If you're like a negative person, you don't get shit like this. And I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but you don't know how I feel. You can look at the indicators of how I feel, but you really don't know how I feel. And I'm telling you, I feel amazing. You should have that feeling. Like, oh my God, I'm so awesome that somebody did this. That's part of it. But a real big part of it was somebody who was so cool that they fucking took the time. to actually make something for me. Just didn't take 5 minutes. It didn't take 5 minutes. I don't know how long it took, but it didn't take no goddamn 5 minutes. It just took time. And it takes 68 seconds for a thought to hit a gravitational pull. So when you're like focused on something for more than a minute, it sticks. Therefore, it's easier. It's already manifesting. It's already a seed. Now you just gotta water it, which is every time you fucking rethink about it, put feeling into it, or just feeling it, or just feeling good. You think about something for 68 seconds, and the rest of the day you don't think about it, and you feel good. If you actually focused on that hardcore for 68 seconds, it's getting watered. But anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. Point is, he made this. And while he was doing this, I guarantee he felt good. Because when you focus on anything but yourself, magical things happen. Magical things happen when you focus outside yourself. That's why it doesn't matter where you look and what you do, appreciate. Because if you're appreciating things, you're appreciating things outside yourself. If you even appreciate how thick your arms are, because you're like some big buff dude, if it ain't so ego-based and more based on, wow, like I do it all the time with my hands. Like I do iron palm all the time. And I look at my hands, and because it's all I do, like thousands of hits a fucking day. I'm not going to hit too hard or this phone's going to slip. But I do that all fucking day. Not all fucking day. One of the reasons why I want to get off my day. I won't side conversation. Point is, I focus on my hand. And I've sat and appreciated my hands. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, wow. Like, holy shit, look at this shit. It is amazing. Like, I put so much thought into it that I've kind of like, it's blown my mind. I mean, I've gotten into palmistry and all kinds of shit just from focusing on my hands so much. I've gotten into all kinds of topics about focusing on your fucking heart line, head line, your like, yeah, all of it. I mean, I got into all that. Each finger being like a ruling planet, like Saturn. I think that's Saturn. You know, shit like that. That's the Saturn finger. Everything. But it doesn't matter. The point is, I put a lot of time and focusing on it. And when he made this, he totally was putting focus and energy on something, and it wasn't so self-centered. That's funny. It's the most self-centered person I know coughed right then. That's so funny. Confirmation. Anyway, example. Most of the worst people I've ever met, and I mean, I'm not going to get into that story. It's too dark. But it's a poor me attitude, which leads to worse cases, as well as people that think they're so great. It can lead to worse cases. But you should think you're great. You should think you're worthy, because that's the first step. You need to get there before you can use, because you're going to get to a new power state when you do things for yourself, when you feel good now and do things that make you feel good. Eventually, you will realize, guarantee, if you keep climbing this ladder, that the best way to feel better now is to help others. It's an automatic. You could stop, you keep getting more things for you, but I mean, you're going to hit a point where feel better now is doing that. Not feel good, just feel better now. You're always getting it. You're always going up. And I'm telling you, when he made this, like this dude was, I told you, this was the same dude who rolled the dice, and he got 1, 2, 3. And then in that next video I made, I rolled the dice explaining that story in Walmart, and I got 4, 5, 6. Which means he's taking the steps. He's actually going up. He's growing. He ain't dying. And this is beautiful. I mean, this is a beautiful manifestation, dude. And I'm going to put this in my dream journal that it just so happens to perfectly fit in. And guess what? I'm at, like, the last, like, that's how many pages I got left. I got, like, that many pages. That's it. And I'm about to be done with. And that fits perfectly in it before I start the next new book. It all works out. It all plays out. It's all perfect. It always is. That's why I got to feel good now. Because, like, this thing's awesome. It was perfect. It's perfect. I love it. I love it so much, dude. And the more I even sit here and actually, for real, appreciate it, the more I'm beaming that out to get what? More things in my life that I appreciate and make me feel, oh, this is so amazing. Look at it. It's awesome. It's got my name. Oh, God. Everything I'm putting out while I'm looking at this thing, I'm getting more of that. It might not be sheets of paper, and it might not be yin and yang symbols, and it might not be emojis, and it might not have my name or the word king, and it might not have any of this shit, Taurus, Libra, it might not have any of it. I will admit, though, if I sat here long enough, it will. More of this shit will pop up. But it's not really that I'm after. It's the feeling. The more I look at this, the more I'm putting out that feeling, and the more things and people and situations and circumstances and events will happen where I feel that feeling. And it's awesome. I have a feeling to cut this off now. So I'm gonna. But I love you guys. Keep watching. Stay tuned. My next video, I'll probably explain, besides showing off more stuff, because I'll probably get more stuff. I'll try to throw you a bone and actually make it a little more about you. But I'm telling you, dude, when you get one of these, when you get something this fucking cool, and it's just a piece of fucking paper, dude, it's like, that's it. But that's not it. It's so thick and rich and deep. So much minutia. I could eat it. I can smell it. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's karma. It's love. It's beauty. Oh! Alright. I'm gonna go. I'll go shut up. I love you guys.